I gotta adjust the audio on that. That is so loud. It's
Yeah.
louder than our normal clips. But hey, welcome to Technorama. We're gonna get the audio podcast started just in a sec. Right now, we're just checking audio levels. This is the podcast that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. But on this episode, we have a special interview with that man right down there.
That's right.
Longtime friend of the show. He's been in this house longer than I have. Oh, wait.
More than you have.
It may sound like he's still here.
Well,
we're out of egg. We're out of eggs, Chuck. We need more milk.
I'll say Michael left everything else in the office. Might as well, or in the house. Might as well leave Jack too.
The friends came with the house, yes. And
Yeah.
Jack was one of those friends that came with the house.
Right.
All right. Well, if we are ready, let's begin the audio portion of this. Are we ready?
Sure.
We're ready.
Tres, dos, uno. Technorama episode 801. What was the name of this one? Have you tried turning the Enterprise off and on again? I think we've used that title before, but we'll go with it.
All right.
Hey, welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If you are new to the show, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And if you are returning, welcome back. My name is Chuck Tomasi in Phoenix, Arizona. Right over there is Craig Stepp from North Carolina. How you doing, Craig?
So far, so good.
And we have special guest in lower frame, if you're watching video, longtime friend of the show, Jack Mangan. How are you, Jack?
Hey, good to see you guys and good to be back here. I love the show and it's been far too long. Yeah, so thank you for having me on.
And you don't even need to get in your car to be on the show now.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoy doing it at the studio. Yeah, so I'm always happy to come over and impose on your home and your studio anytime.
And how many years have we been saying one of these days we're gonna get together on a Sunday night, and here we are finally. Because we'll make this as easy as possible.
Yes, it's perfect. Perfect. So yeah, happy to be here with you guys on StreamYard.
Happy to have you. Well, we said this is a special episode, so we're not going to have most of our regular segments of news and remember when and all that good stuff. We're here to talk to Jack about his recent book. So let me kick it off with the first question. Just let's give the listener or viewer an overview of title, book, genre. You have the spiel. Go for it.
All right. Well, the title of the book is Dread Spherical. Wait, I need to say that. Dread Spherical, Dread Spherical, Dread Spherical.
And then he jumps up and no, that's Beetlejuice.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
That's how you summon. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk about the history of it, but yeah, it is. Well, I know we're audio, but for those who can see it, here's the cover. It's called Dread Spherical. It's by me, Jack Mangan. It is a science fiction book, but there's a lot more to it. I mean, I love science fiction, so I'm not ashamed. I'm not one of those people who's kind of shying away from that title, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's got a lot of action, a lot of kind of big questions and hopefully deep thoughts, or at least deep for me. I mean, it depends on how deep I can go, but no, it's got some fun characters, and I'm super pleased with it. It's really the book that I really always wanted to this the story I always wanted to tell with this universe. So yeah, I can
that sketch before. Deep Thoughts with Jack Mangan.
That's right. So tonight, can we announce that Ryan Gosling is going to star in your movie on the book?
Yes, let's announce a bunch of things that aren't true so that they have to respond to it. James Cameron is directing.
Wow. Amazing.
Careful, you're going to start sounding like the leader of the country. Oh, no, we're not going to get political.
No.
It's sad when Grandpa forgets his meds.
Right?
Everyone's telling me it's going to be huge.
Okay. My first question is, who let you do this?
Who let me come on your show?
No. Who let you write the book?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. It's one of those things where I just kind of scrapped together time, late nights, you know, and so everyone in my life was very gracious about letting me kind of get some poor sleep for a little while and work on this book. But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's something that, you know, for a long time it was hard to get back to. And again, really, I'd love to tell that story, but yeah, it's. I don't know if that answered your question, Craig, but I guess
Ah,
that's where I got the permission.
okay.
Thank you.
We let you
Thank
do
you,
it. Okay.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Jack, it's Dread Spherical, so I'm assuming it's in the Spherical Tomy universe?
Yes, yeah. So I mean, for those who have heard of my name before, yeah, Spherical Tomy was the book I came out with literally about 20 years ago, so we can all feel old. Um, you know, it was one of the first wave of podcast novels. It wasn't the very first one. I won't make any kind of crazy claims there, but you know, there was a time where my peers were amazing people like Scott Sigler, T. Morris, Murray Lafferty, and you know, and the list goes on. But so it came out then, and then you know, just life happened, and I didn't really kind of get back to it. So literally 20 years later, I mean, I wrote the book a few years ago. It's actually been sitting on the shelf for a little while until I don't know. I was kind of biding my time until this moment. But it's not a sequel to Spherical Tomy. It's not a prequel. It's not. It's actually only. I hate this word, but it's a reimagining. It's basically I just so much time had passed. I said, you know what? Still want to do something with this character and this universe and spherical, you know, spherical fighting. I wanted to do something with it, but I just didn't want to pick up where the last one left off. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to reboot, start it over, and it's almost like the new Battlestar Galactica was. Like,
Oh, sure. Now, did you go through a publisher or self-publish?
this time around, I did self-publishing.
Okay, and why you make that decision?
Just because I think it's the right call for this time. There are definitely benefits to. I'm not bashing anyone who goes that route, but for me, I just felt like, you know, the downsides of publishing through a traditional publisher is that they own a lot of the things, they control a lot of the things, and you know, and you could end up seeing your book where it's on the shelf in Barnes and Noble for a couple of months and then never again. And yeah, and you don't have any options. You can't take it and put it places. You can't take it to mom and pop bookstores. So those are. I mean, like I said, that does not happen to everyone, but it is a risk. I just wanted to basically be in control of my destiny and the book's destiny, and so that's the main reason why I did it myself. I kind of wanted that kind of control over the book and its destiny.
Now, you are when we first met some 20 years ago, author was not your day job, and your career has changed a bit. So take us on that journey of where Jack has been in the last 20 years, so that there may be people out there that go, I don't know, I don't consider myself a writer. I think this is an
unfortunate show where Jack
interesting
is going to read his resume.
Well, no, you wanted the recap of the last 20 years. So in 2006, on February 1st, I started to do. No, I'm kidding. No, so yeah, I mean, I spent a long time in software, doing a lot of different roles in software. I mean, quality assurance was kind of my primary one, but I've also done product owner roles. I've really done almost everything except for development, and I've done training. I've done, you know, dog and pony shows. I've been a podcaster for software. So I've done all that. But yeah, I have changed things up for those watching. I'm wearing the T-shirt in January 2025. I kind of stepped away from that and I launched Support Life in Music, which is a nonprofit. It's to tackle the kind of unaddressed issue of musician mental health challenges. You know, that costs us many lives every year. And you know, there's not a lot of infrastructure in place for that. There's not a lot of organizations, not a lot of awareness. But you know, the numbers are real. The consequences of the hazards of this life and that professional life are real. And you know, we lose too many musicians. So that's what Support Life in Music is all about. We actually do a podcast of our own, and we have a YouTube show. We do reports, and actually this year we're also doing an award show. So it's going to be our first ever award show. I haven't done a huge announcement yet, but yeah, we're doing the Slam Awards, our first ever in the summer. It's basically just trying to trying to help that issue through research, through storytelling, through podcasting and media, and through awareness and inspiration. So that's my day job now. Thank you for asking, Chuck.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Very, you are a very creative person. Did the drive to more music presence in your life bring out the writer more, or did you just say, hey, it's time, I got to do this?
No, I think they travel in separate lanes. My whole life they've traveled in separate lanes. You know, from I was always a reader. You know, especially it launched it my life at around age 11, discovering Lord of the Rings and Tolkien. You know, and going from there, it just went on. And that's around the same age I discovered music. But I would say that, you know, of course the two are creative, and of course there are many places where the two are intertwined. And I do a lot of writing for Support Life in Music, for Slam. I, you know, write a lot of articles and reviews and that kind of a thing. And I've been doing music journalism for about 20 years now as well. But no, I guess that's the long answer. The short answer is no, I feel like they're two separate creative things in my life, is the writing and the music, but they are both part of my professional life now.
Well,
Excellent. Go ahead.
Now that you got your own book out, you know, self-published, that's fun. Are you going to podcast that?
Oh,
yeah, you know, being out of vanity, I did kind of reach out to some people, or I actually put out a Facebook post and said, does anybody want an audio version? And I got a pretty good response. You know, so yes,
I would.
Yeah, I would too. I would as well.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So yes, that's again, short answer is that yes, there will be an audio version that I will release, and I've recorded the prologue and the first chapter already. So
it's going to be you reading. You're not going to do this multi-part people acting kind of thing.
I've had some people reach out, and you know, so actually, I'll just say, you know, there are roles, Craig and Chuck. If anyone's interested,
we're good at bit parts. We've done that before.
It's like everybody step forward. You know,
yeah. Since you just volunteered, no, there are some roles, but you know, as I said, I've read chapters 1 and chapter 2, so all the characters who appear there, I'm sorry, the first 2 bits. So all the characters who are in there, I guess, are already spoken for, no pun intended. But you know, yeah, there are lots of roles. So again, short answer is it's going to be mostly me, but there will be some cameos and some special appearances and things.
Will you be making the con circuit with your book? And if so, where can people find you? And not to jump to the end, but we'll want to get to where they can find the book too.
Yes. Well, again, thank you for asking. Yeah, there's a couple of cons that I'm eyeing. You know, I've been out of this for so long. Like I see, like I mentioned his name earlier. I see on social media Scott Sigler's at WonderCon, and I'm going, oh, I should have found a way to get there.
Note for next
year.
Yeah.
Right.
But I am doing Phoenix Fan Fusion, which used to be Phoenix Comic Con, and yeah, there's a couple of other ones this year. I did speak to a fantastic author friend of mine named David Lee Summers about, you know, he was also based in the Southwest of the U.S. and he's got really got the dirt on it. So yes, again, short answer is that yes, I've definitely booked for Phoenix Fan Fusion and hopefully for more later in 2026 and 2027.
Excellent. I will see you at Fan Fusion, if not before. I know we occasionally meet up at the local podcaster meetup when we're not recording Topicus Trek on a Thursday night that it always seems to land on, but I got lucky the last couple.
Right.
Yes.
So,
and
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I keep nagging Chuck about going out for ice cream too. But go ahead, Craig. You had a serious comment.
All right. So let's talk about the book for a few minutes. What's the tone of the book? And I mean, I bought it. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and read the whole thing yet. I'm curious maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it, maybe the tone of the book and where some of your, where you got the inspiration for it.
Sure. Yeah. So the tone, well, it's on Amazon, and some people get confused because Amazon, the age range. So it's 18. I put 12 because I was reading Stephen King at age 12. So I thought, well, if 12-year-olds are reading Stephen King, they can handle Dread Spherical. So I put 12 to 18 plus, but some people are like, oh, it's 12 to 18. Like, no, it's definitely a grown up book. There
Well,
are
a
some
12-year-old Gen X is a little different than a 12-year-old today.
fair
saying.
point. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna. There are there are plenty of curse words in it. I'm gonna say them all right now, Chuck. So you have to edit them out.
There you go.
Beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
But there's lots of action. It is, like I said, it's a little. There's darkness to it. I mean, the name kind of. It's not about dreadlocks. It's not about a hairstyle. Like the name kind of gives you some indication. It's kind of dark. There's so I mean, basically the premise is that there's this ongoing kind of hot and cold war between the Musashi Moon and its planet of Cerberus, and the planet Cerberus. I don't let me see how much to say. So there's a lot of that going on, and Tomi, our main character, has been kind of caught up between the two. She's one of the most skilled, highly skilled spherical programmers, and in this world, spherical programmers are heavily involved in battle. So you can kind of do combat through through hacking and through all kinds of ways. And so it's, a lot of times spherical opponents will end up dueling each other and kind of getting into battles with each other. But she's kind of on the run. Happens really right away. She's kind of hiding out from all the government. She wants nothing to do with any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then because it's a book and because we're telling a story, of course, trouble finds her, so she has to find a way to kind of get through the trouble and fight back against the warlords, and then she finds out stuff about her past that are tied to basically the entire universe itself. As I said in the book, the front of the book, there are digital gods involved. So that's kind of where it is. Like I said, I did try to have a lot of action in it, but also tried to go for some kind of deep thoughts in the way that maybe the best of Star Trek has done in the past, that kind of thing, or the best of I'd say recently passed away Dan Simmons wrote an amazing book series called Hyperion. That was certainly an influence. I don't know, Craig. Does that? I'm floundering. Is that the that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I think so. Actually, when you were talking about coding and fighting each other, not to belittle your book, but I was thinking of the movie Hackers. When they're the beginning when they're fighting over the videotapes and stuff.
I mean, Cyberpunk, William Gibson, and that kind of stuff absolutely was, a big part of my reading as a young reader, and so that's definitely played a role in this as well. That's just who I am as a reader, and so, a lot of people like T. Morris actually called Spherical Tomi a cyberpunk book, which I'm not here to debate about genres or subgenres, but I think this book has a lot of cyberpunk elements, but it has a lot more than that, hopefully.
I do like that kind of stuff, and I kind of miss it. I mean, you don't really see that a lot nowadays. A lot of cyberpunk kind of stuff, unless it's just not in my circles, so to speak.
It's all written by AI for AI.
Gemini, write me a cyberpunk book.
Right.
Once there was an AI bot named Gemini.
Right. No, but that sounds great. I'm looking forward to reading it. I just scratched the surface of it. I bought it just the other day, and I haven't been able to look at it yet. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I appreciate you buying it. Yeah, thank you so much.
Jack, Tomi is the protagonist. Is there an antagonist, or is it an antagonist group, or what's the dynamic of the personalities in your story?
Again, that's an interesting thing, actually. So I was working with the graphic designer who made the book was kind of asking me the same question when we were putting the cover together, and they were asking the same thing. It's kind of like, well, there are a bunch of antagonists, and I'd mentioned there's the warlords, there's the shogun of Musashi Moon, there's the president of the planet, the president on the planet, and then there's another warlord who are all kind of after her for their own designs, and she's kind of trying to stay away from them, and their agents too. Like a lot of their agents are in play, and so those would be the antagonists, is the warlords who, and all of it is connected to the main driving force behind all of it are the digital gods who are behind it, and the different warlords they have their own connections to the digital gods and things they're trying to do for the digital gods. And also, one of them absolutely wants her dead. One of them's like, she needs to be dead. So one of them is, none of them have her best interest at heart, but they all want to use her for various purposes, including, they said, one of them says she's got to be killed. She's too dangerous.
Speaking of getting killed, tell me about your writing process, because we were having an earlier discussion, and I think you told
Speaking
me
of
that
getting killed,
you were writing through the story, and the story kind of told you it needed to change in a way that you hadn't anticipated. What's your process like on that, and how do you reconcile those kinds of, oh, didn't see that coming? Wait, I'm the author.
Yeah, well, I mean, and let me just say right here and now, no AI. I'm not going to have an AI help me to make decisions or do anything. I'm not going to do a single character. I'm not do a single typed word in the book. I know that there are people who do that. They say, "Oh, I'm in a tough spot." Like, "Oh, ChatGPT, help me get out of the spot with this situation." And so I'm, I know that's not what the topic we're talking about here, but that'll never be me. So I'd outlined the book. I did a kind of a loose outline. I just did bullet points as outlines. So it's just, this will happen next, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. But yeah, as Chuck and I were chatting the other day about it, I said, yeah, I would hit like the third incident. Of course, as I'm doing it, I'm saying, oh, well, new things have to happen in between these two events that I have charted out. And then, you'd realize, oh, wait a minute, that character is not going to be around anymore when I hit that point. So yeah, you hit a lot of twists and turns in the road, and I enjoy that because it really keeps it exciting and interesting. So I feel like that's the best way for me to approach it, I guess. I guess every writer has their best ways of doing it, but that was what I did for Dread Spherical.
As long as you don't get to the end and go, it was all a dream.
Yeah.
No, not the Bob Newhart treatment.
It was all inside of a snow globe. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm always curious as to what the process is, because I think many of us get these ideas for stories. Probably, I get a few of them. I never act on them, and I'm like, how do I get started? And that's usually all I've got is the start. But I like your idea of going through an outline. I also have sort of that detective wall with the yarn on it all over the place, in my head, that I wasn't
Just
sure. Does anybody actually do that?
Yeah.
As part of their storyline, or is it block and storyboard and just some rough notes that you collect and wait till it's filled in enough? I mean, I know as a software developer, I often walk around with, thinking through a problem or scenario in my head, and how am I going to approach this, and how am I going to resolve this? You've probably got similar walks with your wife and family where your head it's not in their space, it's in your space.
Yeah.
trying to go, I gotta figure out how we go take this arc from A to B to C to D.
I know I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right, the programming, developing, that kind of thing. I mean, you're not telling a story usually, but yeah, I mean, there are definitely some parallels to creating a book. So you need spherical programming. You need to get a spherical pit and do spherical programming, and then you and Craig can battle each other. But
Chuck would lose in 10 minutes.
Craig, you're not allowed to use AI to generate your code.
All right. Hey, I've been
You
doing
would
it for a long
lose.
time. I can do it.
10, print, shoot. 20, go to 10.
Hey,
Shoot.
I don't know if you can see it, but right there, I just got my new Commodore 64, the new version.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the
Blurry
first thing I did.
background. Yeah.
And that was the first thing I did was 10 print Craig, 20 go to 10. Which is probably the first thing I did on the original one I've had in 84.
Wow, yeah, that's great. Let's see, Chuck will get the Atari 800 or the Atari 8-bit, and you guys can battle with the classic, and someone will get the TRS-80.
The Commodore was cleaned up on Apple. I mean,
Apple
Atari.
IIe is over there. I might just have to get those upgrades I've been looking for.
I can still create sprites with the best of them.
There's an Apple II card that will let you do HDMI output, so I could hook it up to my 4K TV.
Hey, that's nice, but this one has an HDMI port on the back of it, so take that.
It's not the original, though, Craig. You're using
I didn't say original.
modern technology.
No, I didn't say original.
The original Commodore, it took like 20 minutes for every game to load, I remember. So I think that you would definitely lose if you had the original Commodore.
All right, I got to tell you this. All right, so that one right there, it comes with a cassette tape, but it looks like a cassette tape. You open it up, and it's actually a USB drive. It kind of folds out from the. It's over there with it, but it folds out. And when you go to load something, it makes the sound of the floppy loading the drive. You hear it, and it's loading. And I was like, "What?" It wasn't an effort to fake it, you know.
All right, we need to bring this back to Jack. Jack, what was your first?
It's about Jack tonight. So,
yeah. What was your first computer?
Yeah,
I'll tie these together.
Well, you know, I did a lot on Commodores. That's what we had in school. It's my friends all had Commodore 64, so I wanted one, and I got a TRS-80 instead. So,
right, that's all right.
But it was fine. It was fine. And then a buddy of mine did have the Atari. He was an Atari evangelist, so he had the ST and the 8-bit, and yeah, those were a lot of fun as well. But you know, those were like the one I owned was just the trash 80, as we all called it back then.
The Model 1, 2, 3? What'd you get?
Would have been like 1984-ish.
Could have been a 2 or a 3. Yeah.
It was color. Yeah, it was a color computer. Ooh. I mean, I actually plugged this one connected to the TV, like an Atari 2600 did. So.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't do any development. You had to have done some basic back then.
I mainly plugged in the cartridges and played games.
That works.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Actually, one of my best friends, he had, all of us had Commodores, about 3 or 4 of us. And then there's my friend Fred, and he had to, his dad worked at Radio Shack, so he had Dandy. It's like everybody's sharing software and between us all.
Oh, yeah.
And then, oh, sorry, Fred, you can't run this.
That's mean.
Yeah,
it is mean. Well, no, it's dad's fault. No, I'm just kidding.
Jack, tell them where they can find the book. I heard Amazon out there. Any other places you're listing this? I mean, do you have it on your links on your personal website? Or give the rundown of places where people can find the book.
Yeah, well, as of this date, which is the end of March 2026, it's only on Amazon. The ebook will actually remain as an Amazon, only on Amazon, but the print book will eventually have some other places. And I've already had a few people reach out. I mean, I know that we're not all talking about the pros and cons of big companies and that stuff, but I think some people are anti-Amazon. So I've had a few people say, "Hey, can I get the book directly from you?" So I'm working on that. It will be available at the moment. As of right now, it's Amazon is it. But I know there are other book distributors that for self-published authors, and then like I said, I'm working on my own solutions that if somebody wants to buy the book, I can send them a copy. So that's coming. But as of today, it's only Amazon. And yeah, those links are at my personal website, which is jackmangan.com. I think that would not be ethical to really promote it through Support Life in Music. I could probably put a link up there or something, but it's those two links should be separate. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can find it on Amazon.
Link on my own website. Who do I bill?
Yeah, right. But we'll have links in our show notes as well, and on YouTube and every place else where we post our show.
So, yeah, I appreciate it.
I do have a couple more questions before we wrap up.
Okay.
So as far as self-publishing, I know my father self-publishes, and he's written several books. Some about his experience in Vietnam and some science fiction stuff he's written. And I know the process that he works through, but what was a little bit of the process that you worked through? Did you have an editor or anything, or did you just kind of wing it? And what were some of the avenues that you went through?
Well, I mean, no, that's a really good point. So I think you absolutely need to have other attentive people help you out. So I did send the book out to some early readers. It wasn't done yet, but I did send it out, and I got some great feedback from a couple of beta readers, and then I did have a friend in publishing who really did me a solid and basically did a proofread of the book, and they did spot one thing. They're like, "Hey, how does she have the shuriken in this scene when she gave it away in that scene?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." It's,
Yeah.
the continuity thing, you will not, if you're writing your book, you will not catch that stuff. So it was great having someone else to catch those things. And so that really got the book. I mean, every book, go and buy any book off the shelf in Barnes & Noble, you're going to find typos and occasionally little things. But, it got Dread Spherical as where it is today. And then, KDP through Amazon, they do have some good stuff for you to get your book published, get your book, if you're going to do the self-publishing through them. So their engines, I think, was a pretty good experience. Again, I was very fortunate to have the graphic designer to help work with me on making such a great title cover for the book, cover, front and back cover. Yeah, it looks great. And that was also not AI. That was all Photoshop stuff. So, yeah, that's I mean, those are the ways that I would say to go about it if you're looking to self-publish. And I'd love to get your dad's advice, because I did feel like, I mean, I did self-publish Am I Evil a couple of years ago, which, if you're not aware, I did a graphic novel. I worked with an artist and did a graphic
I have
novel.
I've got it on my bookshelf out there.
Oh, well, yeah, thank you so much for having that. Yeah, so I guess I shouldn't say, but this is the first time I went this route. Am I Evil did not go out through Amazon. I basically did it primarily through the Indiegogo crowdfunder. So they're very different experiences, and I guess that is an option as well. But for Am I Evil, I had to find the printer and pay them a whole bunch of money to print all the issues.
Right.
And Amazon, if I'm going to buy author copies, you have to buy them through Amazon. I don't just get them for free. I don't even get one for free. You do have to pay for it. But Amazon will then print them out if you order one. Like if you ordered yours through Amazon, Craig, like that's that was printed by Amazon or by their services or someone through them.
Well,
so that
everybody printed this when I got the Kindle version. So.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. And Amazon takes care of that. But the formatting is done by me. Amazon doesn't do any of that kind of thing. It's on you to do it, but it's done by me with help.
Okay. Very good. Did you have an editor or anything, or?
I didn't have an editor, no, but as I said, the publisher friend of mine who did the proofread and who spotted the continuity issue, they and again, I had some good commentary. Some of the beta readers had said, one person said, this character seems like they're important, but we don't meet them for a while. Maybe you can do something more early on. So getting great advice from beta readers was helpful. There's a couple of things I took to heart, and yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, bringing a character up front. That's good. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. We have a comment. No drone delivery audiobook. I think we talked about that a minute ago, Mike. So not the drone delivery, but the
audiobook / podcast coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio is coming. Yeah, I should buy a fleet of drones so I can just cut out all the middlemen.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Jack, tell the listener / viewer where they can find you. You mentioned your website, jackmangan.com. Are you able to give any other contact info, or just leave it at that and say, click the contact me link there?
Well, jackmangan.com is where, the old, I did the Deadpan podcast for years. And so we still have a lot of people hang out there and still talk there. It's fun. It's like a little kind of hidden social media, which is fun. But, it's honestly, as far as, media output, supportlifeandmusic.org, all one word, supportlifeandmusic.org for the nonprofit. That's there's a lot of stuff going on there. That's where the news is coming out. That's where I'm kind of, and also on Facebook, Instagram. Please follow Support Life and Music on Facebook, Instagram, and of course I'm on LinkedIn, as we all are. So those are the places to find me. I have the Blue Sky account, like many of us, but I haven't touched it in like 6 months. So
I thought it was a Polish network. I thought I was on Blueski.
Yeah. If you were like me, it was like, hey, this is a great idea, and then didn't really use it much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm, if it had come around sooner, I'm all in favor of it. It's just there's only so much time in the day, especially for social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that
So-
I'm retired, I'm reducing even more. Like, I don't need to be visiting that every day. Well, thank you very much, Jack. Looking forward to reading and reviewing and listening to the book when it comes out. I mean, the book is already out, so I got to get them.
I was saying, where are you at?
Oh, I could get one signed. Take that, Craig.
I know.
That's
You
true.
can get one signed and bring it to me. Dragon Con.
That might happen.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it's doable.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jack. And thank you, listeners. Thank you to those who joined us on the live video tonight. If you want to get in touch with us, we'll start up that lovely music. There we go. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach our listener line at 707-530-2428. You can email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. Go and visit supportlifeandmusic.org and go to jackmangan.com. MANGAN. Is that still correct? You didn't change it? Like
Mangan. There you go.
Mangan, yes, yeah, thank you. Yes. No, and thank you guys for having me on. This was really great of you guys to have me on. I pledge to return more often, and eventually Craig will squeeze Chuck out altogether and we'll take over the show.
I'm working on it.
No, I pledge to. I mean, if you guys will have me back, I should say.
Absolutely.
I pledge to come back as often as I can. And
thank you to all our patrons that keep the funding going. Until next time, give them a binary high five, Craig.
All right. 101.
Okay, that concludes the audio recording, and we're going to wrap up the video. But Jack, I hope you can stick around for our Patreon show where we've got a few things to talk about. Our sort of backstage show for the patrons. So Thank you, everybody who joined us. We hope to see you next time. Till then, take care, be safe. Love you all.
Bye, everybody.
Now, where's that red button that says end stream? There it is.